Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another session of the training. After this week, we have one more week, so I'm sure everybody is a bit excited. If you have friends, you can tell them to join because we're going to be talking about running ads on the other platforms like TikTok, LinkedIn, and getting on the Google platform generally. So let me first share my screen so we can see the assignments that we did during the week and the people that have um done a good job. Please let me know if it's up. Good afternoon, Ianu. Good afternoon, Clement. Good afternoon, everybody. Is my screen up yet? Can anybody see? Please type yes so I can be sure that you can see. All right, great. Okay, great. So the first assignment I gave, the task for last week was basically to A/B tests, which is use two different ad creatives for your advertisement. I didn't particularly say run the ad, but just let me see how well you can interpret using two different creatives to run to share the same idea basically. So this person, Ifeoluwa David Oluwole, has done, she actually did a carousel post. That's why you can see the arrow, but I won't show the whole carousel, but she just did a step-by-step breakdown of how to maintain your curly wigs. And she also has a video version here of basically going through the same steps that she has already described. She even has pictures of all these products in the carousel. So if she decides to run a video ad as opposed to, or if she runs two adverts side by side, I personally believe that people would, for this type of thing where it's about doing something with your hands that you've probably never done before, people might prefer to watch the video as opposed to read the design, even though the design is very attractive, very nice and everything. But people might actually prefer to watch the video so that they can follow step by step. So this is where your type of content comes in when you're running an advert. So well done to Ifeoluwa. Another person is Ifoma Laura, and she did an A/B test on LinkedIn because she's more of a professional services person. So her first post was this. I'm sure you can see it, the yellow icon. It has her picture on it. This is it. It has a picture on it. It says get people hooked by repurposing content, something like that. But the and then her second advert or her second design was just text-based, but she put her picture, like her face there. So it's the same content. Do you know you can repurpose content, but her face is on it. And she can see that post B had better engagement. But her interpretation is that it's text-based because of the text. Or what I think is because it's her face in the picture. So her face has personally attracted people to watch or to see what she has to say as opposed to just doing a graphic design, which is why I always say that the way you present your ad or present your content generally matters. So let's go into today's session. All right, so welcome to the fifth session. Next week, I'm thinking we can have probably a Kahoot game where people can win things based on the understanding of all the sessions that we've done. So if you have friends that are here today and are not that joined the training but are not here today, please let them know to join next week. So first things first, I'm going to show you a design and you're going to tell me what you think the design is about in a caption in the chat room, I mean. So this is the ad. This is an advert. So I want you to type in the chat room what you think this advertisement is about. Let me know what the advert is about. I'm waiting for your comments. If you have an idea of what they're advertising here, just let me know. If you don't have an idea, you can just type, I don't know what it's about. Or if you want to guess, you can also type that. Okay, somebody has said sales, but do you know what they're selling? Like if you see this advert on Facebook, let me maybe rephrase. And if you see this advert on Facebook, would you click on it? Where it just says we have what you need, contact us. Do you know what they have or what product they're selling or what idea or what do you see when you see these adverts? Let me know. Engagements, leads. Okay. Okay, so people have said sales, information, engagements, leads, but based on what the what the content is or the advert itself now, you know, when you see an MTN advert, for example, you can tell if they're selling airtime or they're selling data or something. Can you tell what this advert is selling? Do you understand? Or let me say, do you understand the advert? So you can do a yes or no in chat. Okay, so yeah, this is the answer I was waiting for. So a lot of people have said no because the advert is not clear. Yes, they might be selling something, they might be selling a service, they might be selling a product, but there's no information on what exactly they're doing. So it's a bit confusing. So if you run an advert with information or incomplete information like this, people are not really likely to click on it because they really don't know what you're selling. Are you selling drugs? Are you selling, are you selling dresses? What do you have that I need? So this is just a little exercise to show you why your content matters when you're running advertisement. So TikTok is for fun content. If you want to reach the younger generation of people. LinkedIn is more for business connections, networking, expert advice for professionals or people that run businesses. And Google Ads or the Google platform generally, that's Google, YouTube, and everything under Google, help you find visibility online. And it's really so to set up your Google My Business profile, there's something called the Google My Business profile, and I'll show you what it is and how exactly to set it up. But first things first, did you know that you can list your business on Google for free? If you knew, you can say yes. If you didn't know, you can say no. And when I say list your business, is that whatever business that you run, you can put it on the Google platform for free. Okay, I'm glad a lot of people know. I'm not sure how many of you already have your businesses on these platforms, but for the people that don't or need to just optimize their platforms, I will show you what exactly to do. So I have two examples here of how your business shows up on Google when you're running a Google advert. So for example, I Googled Ethel shop when I was at the salon and then I Googled Ethel shop near me and this popped up. This particular Ethel branch has done the Google My Business profile. So whenever you're anywhere around that, locale, that environment, you can see their business here, the address, what time they open, what time they close, and you can give them a call or anything. And I also Googled cakes near me or yeah, cake shops near me or something. And I saw these three profiles. So I'm not showing you an individual profile like I did on the left. I'm showing you how your business will also pop up if you use the right keywords on Google when you're running, or not particularly running an advert, but when you're listing your business on the Google platform. So here's how to set up your Google My Business profile. First things first, sign in for your business. If you do not have a Google account for your business, please get one so you can just sign up for your work. So there are options for your personal use, for your child, or for your business or your work. So please use the option to set it up for your business. The next thing to do is to create a profile. You see it on the top right of Google, depending on what device you're using. But just find where it says you can create a profile and type your business name when you see this screen. I'm showing you how to do it on your, you can do it on your mobile or you can do it on your laptop. But whenever you see this screen where it says find your business or something, just type your business name in that box and then it will pop up if somebody is using a name that is similar to yours, and then you can refine your business name to ensure that it doesn't clash with a business that already exists. So you choose your business type. For me, I run a service business. So my business type will be a service business. But if you have a store where you want people to come to see you in person, you can select this. Or if you just have a website where you're selling something or you don't have a physical store yet, you can select the first option. But for now, Google only gives you these three options. And then based on your business, you can select. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat while the teaching is going on. The next thing to do is to fill in all your details, so your location and things like that. If all these details are not complete by the time you are doing your sign up, Google will not list your business online until they're sure that you're a legit business, right? So make sure that you fill the details, detailed completely, and as transparent as you can be. You can also add your business hours. So you can select maybe Mondays to Thursdays or Monday to Friday if you're open Monday to Friday, and you can decide to, if you unclick this, you can decide to put it at 9 to 5 or 8 to 6 or whatever time that your business runs. And whenever you have a public holiday or something, you can always go back to your Google profile and let people know that you're not open during that period. This is particularly important for people that have physical stores, so people don't just come into your shop expecting that you're open when you're not during particular seasons. So make sure that this part is filled out completely. And then you describe your business. Now, here's where it gets interesting. I always say that people should describe their businesses using important keywords. I know we've done a few sessions and you know what keywords are. So make sure your description is not too lengthy. Yes, they've given you 750 characters, but when you write the whole story there, people don't really get to understand what you're doing. So whenever you want to write your business description, make sure it is as detailed as possible and as easy to understand as possible, just so that you know that a lot of people that will be online or using these platforms might not particularly understand big grammar. So think of the easiest type of English you can use to describe your service or your offering. So now I'm going to run you through the types of Google Ads. Does anybody have any questions for that section, please? If you don't have any question, you can just type no before we move on to the types of Google Ads. All right, great. Great. Okay, so I'm glad that's understandable. Um, so we're going into the types of ads right now that you can run. I'm not going to run you through the process of running a Google ad, but you can always go to ads.google.com. It's almost the same process as doing a Facebook ad, so you don't need to particularly repeat that training. But you know your targeting, you know your content, and you know everything. So just follow what I have taught you for Facebook, and then follow the same principles for your Google ads. But the types of ads that you can run on Google, essentially, the first one is a search ad. So I Googled, I believe business administration, and these are the things that popped up first. So these three people or these three companies have done something called a Google ad. And I believe they've also done some form of SEO, which is why their pages are the first three that you can see when you Google their keywords. And you can see that the reason it's showing, I think I Googled business actually, so you can see why these three businesses are showing, and you can see that it shows sponsored. So whenever you Google anything and you see the first few results, most of them are usually sponsored, and that is the search ad. We also have the display ads, which are the visual types of ads. So sometimes I noticed that I couldn't find display ads when I got to Lagos for some reason. I don't know if that doesn't work here, but you can run display ads. So these are ads that you can put a picture or something. If you're selling shoes, if you're selling bags, and people Google keywords relating to your business, they see your shoes and your bags displayed on the first line on Google. So something like this. You can also set up a shopping ad. So again, if you're selling something, and you want to put the pricing and actually have them buy it, you can set up your shopping ad on Google. The only difference is this one, you can actually, either click to your website and buy, they can buy the product, and then you put your pricing there so people can easily know how much it costs and compare it to other people that are running ads for the same business. Hello, Jimo Suleiman. If you have a question, please drop it and I will respond. And we also have video ads. So these ads, you can see, are short, very short clips. You can see that this one says 30 seconds. That's because I've always said that the first, few seconds of your advertisement are what get people to understand what you're doing. So it's best to pass the message across in a very short, a very short time frame so that people can easily get what you're selling in the first few seconds. So this is an example of a video ad, and you can skip the ads. These types of ads show when you're watching YouTube. So Google is a platform that has different I'll call it an umbrella, and then it has different things under it. So video ads essentially show up on YouTube when you're running an ad. So you can, when you're watching YouTube ads, you can skip an ad at the beginning. So whenever you run a YouTube ad, that's where your video shows before you watch a video or before your customer watches I don't know, a movie or something. So make sure that you pass your message across as fast as possible. And we also have ads for applications. So um, if I want to find a game for, I don't know, something relating to Candy Crush. I don't know what Candy Crush that's, so arcade games or something. And you Google it. If someone is running an app type of advertisement on their own game app, it's likely to pop up, and then you can download it, or you can go to Google Play or the App Store to download it based on however they have run their advertisements. So those are the types of ads that you can essentially run on Google. Do we have any questions on the types of ads, please? I'm waiting for responses in the chat. If you have any questions on the ads, you can put it. For some reason, I don't think my chat box is working, but I would say we don't have any questions, so let's go on. So now we're going to how to run. Can everybody still hear me? Please let me know if you can still hear me. Great.
Okay, so someone is saying video ads and picture ads. What are the price differences?
I don't think there's a price difference. It's the same thing when the price difference or whatever ad you're trying to run will probably depend on how many people you're trying to reach. So your targeting and things like that. So you can run your video ad or your picture ad, and depending on where you want them to display it as well. So you can, again, things about Google ads, you can display your ads you can ask them to display it on websites. You can ask them to display it on when people search Google itself. You can ask them to display on YouTube. When you check, no matter what platform you check, even if you're reading an online newspaper, you can see some Google ads pop up. So it depends on your placement, what type of placement you want. When you're running the advert, you see different things, and they will show you the difference in the prices as you're changing your settings. So that's what really matters when you're doing pricing or anything, not particularly the type of content that you're sharing. It's your placement, your targeting, um, your locations, how many people you want to reach, how many clicks or visits that you want. Whatever your goal is, basically, is what determines how much you're spending. I hope that's understandable. Okay, so setting up a TikTok ad is the next thing, and I particularly did the mobile version because I realized a lot of us are on our phones and we probably just want to run a quick ad on TikTok. But if you don't want to run a quick ad on TikTok and you want to go through like the process, you can go to ads.tiktok.com. Same thing as if you go to ads.google.com to run your Google ads. You can also go to ads.tiktok.com and sign up for TikTok for business, and then just follow each and every step. Again, it's the same thing. Your reach, your goals are the same as the goals that we have checks, awareness, website visits, things like that. Your targeting is the same. You have to know your demographics, your psychographics. You have to know, who exactly you're trying to reach, their age, your budget. So the same things apply for all these platforms when you want to run an advert, which is why we spent a lot of time on, that aspect of running an advert before actually going into the platforms. But for running your TikTok ad on the mobile, I'll just run you through the steps. So on TikTok, if you're trying to run an advert on the phone, you have three main goals. So it's either you want to boost your account, you want to get sales, and you want to get leads. And if you want to boost your account, you have three goals again, sub goals. So it's either you want more video views on a particular video, it's either you want more followers or you want more profile views. I will show you screenshots of what these things look like. And if you want to get sales, you can get website visits. So you have to put your website, and whenever you advertise your products, it has to go to your website or a link where people can now buy the things they want to buy. And if you want to get leads, you can get leads into your TikTok DMs, or you can get put your phone for phone calls. So I will show you screenshots of the different ways you can do it. So if the first one I said is boosting your account. So if you want to boost your account, you can see if you have three goals. So you more video views, more followers, or more profile views. And I just used a sample of my, sorry, I just used a sample of my nail, by the way. So I posted a video and I wanted to just use it to demonstrate to you guys. So you can decide to choose a promotion pack. TikTok has this thing called a promotion pack, and you can see they're telling you you can spend this amount for this amount of views in one day. And they're even recommending, probably based on the results that a lot of people have gotten from running this type of ads, they're recommending the average budget to you and the average everything. So you can see the breakdown of the promotional pack. But if you do not want a promotional pack and you want to have more control again on anything, you can decide to click on customize and then set your budget based on what you want. Like you can see it on the right here is what I did. You can click on customize and decide I want to spend so amount per day. And the more you move this cursor, the more your price increases. Now, I have said I want to spend 930 naira per day, and I want to spend it for 5 days. And you can see that the price at the bottom of this screen is 7,153 naira, which is how much I'll spend in total for this advertisement. Another thing is that you can choose default audience, where TikTok will choose people for you to show your advert to based on what they think works for your type of business or who they think wants your business. Again, that's how the algorithm works, where they know that, okay, this is a male video. So they're probably going to show it to people that check things relating to that on TikTok. Or you can create your own audience depending on what you want to target. So when you already know your demographic, psychographic, and every other thing, you can now create your own audience based on that. Do we have any questions on this part? Okay. So the next is goals, another goal, which is getting your sales. The first, remember we said boost accounts, get sales, and get leads. So we've looked into boosting your account. You can either want more video views, more followers, or more profiles, and you follow the same pattern depending on your goals. And for getting sales, you can see that the goal here to select is only one goal, more website visits. So whatever you click on, or whenever you click on it, you have to put the link to your website or the link to where you want people to actually now buy something before you select the content that you want to run and everything. And on the right side here, you can see the different call to action options that TikTok gives you. So if you want to run an advert, for example, let's say I want to run an advert for the nail, and I'm a nail salon and I want people to book, I can decide to use the call to action book now or call now or any other thing. But the call to action for the service you're running or the product you are selling depends on what your goal is. So if I'm a professional service and I posted a nice video and I want people to contact me or sign up or things like that, I can decide to choose call to action. So when you enter your website link here, this is a short video. You can click learn more, shop now, sign up, contact us, apply now, book now, donate now, download. That's for maybe apps or something or a book or whatever you want to sell. Request time, see menu. That's probably for restaurants or people that have like a brochure that they're advertising. Watch more or call now. So depending again on what you're selling or what your goal is, that's what basically influences your call to action. And then we have the third one, which is to get sales. So if you want to sell something, sorry, it's the second one, but I'm going to go into the audience, right? So I told you in the first place that you can choose the audience that TikTok chooses for you, and you can see the estimated people that you can, the estimated clicks that you can get from the shop now button. So I clicked on the shop now button for people to buy, and then they are showing me my estimated clicks based on 5 days at 2,000 naira per day. And they're showing me the full estimated audience that can see my ad in total, but I have to put the audience. So you can decide to choose your gender, your location, interest, and then name your audience, just like I taught you in the Facebook one last week. So the same things basically apply to all these platforms as long as you know the basics, as long as your content is, really top notch, as long as the copy or your content copy is not like the first picture of an advert I showed you that had really no head or tail, you will definitely get sales or leads depending on your goals. So the third one is to get leads, and you can either get leads to your TikTok or phone calls, right? And again, your call to action, if you want phone calls, has to be obviously call now. Or you can use learn more as well, and then you put your phone number there for people to call. So I selected the more phone calls option. If you want the TikTok messages option, you can say maybe contact us or something like that for people to just send you a quick message to ask for your product or your service, which makes everything really easier. So that is essentially how to run an advert on TikTok. So if you have any questions, please let me know. Your website link, I believe you can use WhatsApp for this as long as it's an external link. If you can't use it, it will let you know that the link is invalid. But yes, I believe you can use WhatsApp for any platform. They have really worked really hard to make sure they're able to integrate themselves into any other platform. Do we have any other questions before we move on? Okay, so I'm guessing everybody understands what I've explained so far. So now we'll go into setting up a LinkedIn ad. I got a few messages. Adverts, advertise a product or services. Um, there's none, there's no better one. They're both different things. So for me, I run a service business, and for other people, they probably run a product business. Oh, do you mean the platforms? Depending on your service. So it depends on your service or your product. If you're running a more, I would say more expensive, if you're selling a more expensive product, I would say use something like Google. So you know how you can see real estate ads on YouTube before you watch your movie or something like that, because they know that the people that are on TikTok, which are the younger generation, might not particularly be able to afford to buy 100 million naira house, but they know that everybody watches Google. The parents, the grandparents, and everything, they watch Yoruba movies or things like that on YouTube, so they can easily see an advert and be able to afford whatever you're selling. So it depends on what product you're selling, again, who you're targeting, which is why you need to know who you're targeting. So if you're on TikTok, if you're selling something on TikTok, you're probably selling to the I would say younger generation. So if you're selling something that is pretty affordable, maybe a 50K dress, 2,000 naira, 1,000 naira, you can sell on TikTok. But I don't think you spend I don't think you see people selling a t-shirt on Google. You probably see more heavy businesses on Google, like maybe money exchange, change send money from one country to another. Those are types of adverts that you see on Google. And the reason why is they have a particular age or type of audience that they're trying to reach, and they can really mostly only target them on YouTube or on Google. So yeah, we're setting up a LinkedIn ad now. This is for people that are more professional if you want to. But I want you to know that if you want to run an advert on LinkedIn, you have to have a company page. So make sure that whenever you have your personal profile, if you click on the, sorry, let's minimize this. Okay, so if you click on this, or if you click on your profile here, you can always create a company. So even if you have a company, you can have a company for your business. So there's a company page and there's a LinkedIn page. So you have to create a company page, and then when you do that, you can go to this where it says advertise on LinkedIn, and then you will see the pages to advertise. Again, it's the same process. Select your objective. So you can either do awareness. The only difference between these platforms is that they have different things or different call to actions or different objectives that they give you. Some are more detailed, like Facebook, that has a very wide range of things or of objectives for you, and some are more limited, where you can only pick one or two things. So you can see they call that awareness, consideration, and conversions. So you can do brand awareness if you're looking for a consideration ad, engagements, website visits, or video views. And then if you're doing conversion, it's more like job applications, website conversions. That means you want people to visit a website. And then lead generation, you want to get something from people. The next thing is to select your targeting criteria. Again, same thing. Where do you want to target? What location? What age? How many people do you want to reach? What are there on LinkedIn? You can select the company. So if you want to, if I say I want to run social media services for small companies or companies with little employees, I can decide when I'm targeting to select companies that have employees between 1 to 50 people, as opposed to companies that have 100 to 500 people. So those are extra things that LinkedIn can give you that I don't think I've ever seen on Facebook, because LinkedIn is more of a professional service. So you can select, who exactly you want to reach and everything, your ideal audience based on whatever you're trying to achieve for your adverts. Again, you select your ad format. So are you posting one picture? Are you posting a carousel? Are you posting just text? Are you posting, you know, are you doing an event, a conversion, a document, video, or anything? Just select whatever format your campaign is going to be in, and then you move on to the next thing, which is your budget. So you can decide to put a start and end date, just like I taught you for Facebook last week. If you are a bit lost on this, you might have to watch the last session where we started on how exactly to run ads, and then I ran everyone through how to run a Facebook ad. So it's the same thing that runs here. You can change your optimization goal from reach to anything else. You can set your daily budget or your lifetime budget. You can set when you want the campaign to start or when you want it to start and end. It's basically the same as Facebook. And then obviously you track your campaign. So they give you analytics. You can see when people really checked the adverts. You can see when people didn't really check. You can see how much you spent. And then remember I taught you like the click-through rates and things like that. So those are the things that you can get when you run something like a LinkedIn, and they give you a full breakdown of everything that you have done. Do we have any questions? No, when I say the same ads, I don't mean it's managed by Meta. I just mean it's the same principles that apply. So the same principles of first knowing who your audience is, what is their age, where is their location, what product are you trying to sell to them? That is what determines, the age, the location, their interests. So if you're selling cupcakes, for example, I always use that example. You would want to sell to people that can eat sugar, or people that would want to buy for people that can eat sugar. So parents, younger people, things like that. And then you can use that to break the targeting down into age. If you sell the cupcakes, for example, in Ikoyi, and you want people to be able to come and pick it up from your shop, you can decide to advertise to people within Ikoyi, VI, and Lekki, that those are places that are close. I don't think you'd want to, if you're a company that doesn't run delivery, or you don't deliver to people, I don't think it would be wise to have a shop in Ikoyi for a perishable good like cake or food, and then advertise to people in Abule Egba. Like, those are the principles I mean. So the same core principles that apply to Facebook ads apply to TikTok ads, apply to LinkedIn ads and Google ads, any platform basically that you are trying to advertise on. So get the right designs, pass the right message, target the right people, and you definitely get good results. Okay, so we're going to go into the best practices for content. So I've mentioned like 100 times now that the content you share really works, or really matters when you're trying to run an advert, or when you're trying to generally run a social media platform. So let's get into it. All right, so the first thing first is to understand your audience intent. So what do they want? What does your audience want? And create relevant content to what they want. Ensure the advert aligns with the platform trends, like TikTok for more short form storytelling, viral content, and then LinkedIn for something more professional. So I'm going to show you an advert, and then let me just run you through the company profile. So this is a funeral home, like maybe they bury people or they help with the process of burying dead people, right? And their target audience is elderly individuals, maybe grieving families that need to buy coffins or anything, or people planning for end of life services. That usually happens mostly abroad, where they've already told them they have a few weeks to live and they're already planning, a funeral before they even die. And the audience interests are compassionate care, legacy planning, family support, and memorial service. Now I'm going to show you a TikTok ad, and then we're going to have a poll where you tell me what you think about this advert, right? So in the TikTok ad for the funeral home, this guy is dancing, and the caption is "You only live once," or YOLO. But when you don't live once, we got you. And the music this is basically the lyric of the music. So drop it low and never get up. And the call to action is hit the follow button for the best deals in town. So a poll is going to come up now, and I want you guys to just answer the question in the poll. Godwin, when you're ready, please. Yeah, the poll is up, guys. So let me know what you. We'll just wait for the results and then go on. I'm going to play the video again so people that missed it can see. So remember, this is a funeral home, and this is an advert for the funeral services. All right. Okay, so I see if people think it's funny. I actually think it's funny, but I think it's ridiculous. Some people have said viral content. Yeah, it's viral content, but for the type of service that they're providing, I don't think they should trend for something like this. They'll be trending for something, wrong. So the correct answer would be it is totally inappropriate for this type of service that they're running. If it was a dance school or something really happy, then I think the content would be more appropriate for that type of thing. But for something where, a lot of people are sad, a lot of people are unhappy, I do not think that this type of content or this type of advertisement will work for that type of business. So essentially, a funeral home should focus on content that is more respectful. Whenever they're passing content or passing information on their social media platforms, it should be comforting messages, like, if they're posting on Facebook or Google, where older people or the older family members would actually find their services. I don't think anybody will go on TikTok again to be looking for where to bury their loved ones. So again, wrong platform, wrong messaging, and wrong everything. So that's I just wanted you guys to understand the essence of putting your business on the platform where people are looking for you. So in this example, the right caption should be something like, we're supporting you through, the hardest times of your life or life's hardest goodbyes. We provide care and compassion, or and then the call to action should be, we're here for you. Speak to our friendly team, or give us a quick call and let's talk through things. Like, those are the types of content that a serious business like that should run. But if it was a more playful business catering to maybe a younger set of people, um, something really happy or anything, then they can decide to go on other platforms. Number two, make sure your headlines, your descriptions, your call to actions are compelling and strong, and use attractive and engaging images, videos, and ad creatives generally. In most of our take-home tasks that we've done, I see that people over the past, few weeks have gotten better understanding of the type of content to run or how the content generally should be, because I noticed in an improvement in the quality of content that has been submitted, which is a testament that you to the trainings and that you understand what exactly we've been talking about. So now I have another poll. We have two adverts. The first one says it is good to brush your teeth. Buy now, use now. And the caption says our toothpaste helps refresh breath. Try it today. And then call to action is buy now. And then we have another advert with this fine man, and it says fresh breath, perfect confidence, get fresh, stay fresh, try close up today. And caption is, breathe easy, smile boldly. Our toothpaste will give you or keeps your breath fresh all day so you can focus on what really matters. And they're asking you if you're ready to boost your confidence, and they're telling you to click the link in the buy yours now. So the poll will come up now. You let me know if you open your Instagram now and you see two of these adverts, which one are you likely to click on? So Gordon, please, when you're ready. Yeah. So which of these ads are you likely to engage with? Let me know if it's the first one or the second one. If you see the advert on Instagram or on TikTok or Facebook, anywhere. We'll just wait for the results to pop up. All right. So actually, 100%. So every single person said option B. And does anybody want to type in the chat, or I would like you guys to type in the chat why you would select option B as opposed to the first one. So I'll just wait for your replies in the my messages are coming a bit late. So I'm just seeing some questions. So someone said, what's the least amount to run an ad on LinkedIn? It shows me in dollars. So yeah, it'll probably show in dollars as well. But I think they advise not to spend anything less than 100. So, well, you can check yourself when you're opening it, and then you see they will actually let you know what the list amount is. Every platform will let you know what the list amount is, so you can check. Can you convert personal accounts to ads in LinkedIn? You can. I don't think you can. So you have to open a business profile to run an advert in LinkedIn, because they believe adverts are for businesses. So just open a company profile. It doesn't take much. It's just click on it and open it, put your name, your logo, and everything, and then you can start, running it. Okay, so for this question, someone said, Mashoud said it's engaging and detailed. Yes. Clement thinks it is more detailed to the product, exactly. And Joy says that it highlights the benefits of the products. It's more detailed, speaks directly to the pain point of the target audience. Exactly. And Ianu says it shows that it can solve a problem by boosting confidence. Exactly. So I think I gave an example in either the last class or class before then about how putting a certain type of emotion or like an emotional attachment can make people want to buy something. So they're telling you that you can get a confidence boost. It gives you a certain feeling of wanting your confidence to be boosted. Even if you think, oh, they're writing rubbish or anything, subconsciously you're thinking, I would like, I would like that type of thing, and you can now go for it. And someone said easy explanation. Another person has said the image drew the attention. Exactly. So another thing is, even if I had written the same thing, fresh breast, perfect confidence, and this on this side, and you know put this guy's face here and no face here, this would have still performed better because there's an image. He's smiling, he's showing you his teeth. You can see his teeth are white. So that's another very strong reason why this advert will perform better, because people can see a representation of a human being in the advert. So I just wanted you guys to understand again um how essential the type of content or the design or the video quality or the picture quality or anything that you put out, how important it is when you're running an advert. If you run an advert with things like these, people are like the one on the left, people are likely to probably just skip the advert. But when you see this one, you first see the guy and then pause to read what is on it, even if you don't see the text first, but his face has already sort of provided some form of attraction for you to now be interested in the advert. So when you're writing content, even if people don't read the caption, a lot of them might not even read the caption, but they will see that picture first. So make sure that whatever graphic design you're working on, just make sure it looks good. So these are some of the reasons we have already put in the chat. So the graphic design is nice. The caption is great. It's easy to understand. It shows that a lot of people struggle with fresh breath and things like that. So it's providing a solution to the problem, which somebody has already said. And the content also gives a feeling, which somebody has also already said. So they're telling you to boost your confidence indirectly by brushing your teeth with a toothpaste, and then you would want to buy it. So that's on the type of content or the type of, designs that you put out. Does anybody have any question on contents? Your headlines, your descriptions. So this is the headline, fresh breath, subhead, and then the body copy. So I remember we did that in, I think, the second class. So if you missed it, you can go and watch it again. Does anybody have any questions? If you don't have any question, you can just type no in the chat and we'll move on. All right, great, 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 great. So no questions. Wow. We are almost at the end of this session, really fast this time, because really there's really not much to talk about as regarding this. So I want you guys to test your knowledge now, and then we're probably going to have a discussion in the chat about it. So the poll will come up and you can select your answers, and then we'll just wait for the results. Yeah, okay, so 100. I wonder why the poll isn't showing on my laptop, which is the first time, but anyways. Yeah, everybody thinks heavy text in the design. So I'm actually really glad. It shows that people understand. It shows that people have understood everything that we have done over the past few weeks. So I'm going to leave room for some questions now in the chat. And if you have any questions from any session whatsoever, you can just type them. Or if you have questions regarding maybe your business and social media marketing, you can type them in the chats. Yeah, you can go on your question, Clement. If you're otherwise fine, if you have any questions regarding what we have talked about, you can ask. So we spoke about TikTok, Google My Business, and LinkedIn.
So Clement should be able to ask questions now.
Okay, Clement, go ahead, please.
Yes, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. How you doing, Finn? Thank you so much for the classes. It's been
Very well,
really
thank you.
impactful.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Yes. So I'm still having troubles with these meta ads, right?
Okay.
Because
All right.
for these TikTok and LinkedIn, it was quite self-explanatory, like very, very easy. but I think Meta is still trying to mess with me. So,
Okay.
all right. So the thing is, while I had to download the whole ads manager thing on my system, right? And
Okay.
while I was just playing around to, to fix what's it called, to just see how everything works, right? So I got to this ad set part that creating different ad set now or duplicating the ad set, right?
Mm.
So after yeah, I think I created just one ad set, and then
Okay.
I got stuck at these I think advantage plus something budgets that makes you have a single budget for different ad sets, right?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
now the problem I'm having is while that advantage stuff is on, I can't seem to see the estimated daily results. Normally I'm supposed to see the audience size that that budget is going to capture, and as well I'm
Yeah.
supposed to see the estimated daily results, right?
Yes.
So, I was trying to also see how I can probably just turn off that advantage budget, whatever. I can't seem to find it no more. Like everything is just so scattered.
Oh, okay. You probably missed where you can turn it off. I mean, the Advantage Plus, I think it's on the second page. After you create your campaign, it should be on the second screen that you see. If it's not on the second screen where you can toggle it off, you might have to go on and start another campaign and follow the same steps that you have done. But it should be there. It's easy to find where you turned it on. The reason you can't see your reach is because the Advantage Plus basically helps you maximize your money by showing your adverts. They want to show it to, well, if you're running, let's say more than one advert, for example, they're going to show the one that is likely to be best performing, or they will
Okay.
help you track which one is performing better and then help you manage your money to that, in that ad. So that might be the reason why they're not showing you how many people, because they can't particularly estimate yet. They're basically doing the testing for you, or would I call it not the A/B testing, but they're doing the testing for you by letting you know which one performs better. So instead of you being the one to check which one is doing better, Facebook
Okay.
automatically helps you with the algorithm to pick which one. So they might decide to, if you're running a 30,000 naira ad, they might decide to use 20,000 for one and 10,000 for one, and see
Mm,
that it's not working midway and then switch to 10,000 for one or 15,000 for the other. So in that case where they're switching things around, it might be hard to tell you are reaching 10,000 people before they start the advert, because you might end up reaching more, you might end up reaching less, which is why they can't, over promise and under deliver, if you get what I mean. But for
oh,
putting it off, the same place you turned it on, the option should be there. I'm I think it should be on the second page, because when you start a campaign, um yeah, when you start a campaign, you select your awareness and things. So it's on the second page where they ask you if you want the Advantage Plus setting. So look at that before you go into the ad. It should be under ad sets before you go into the actual adverts that you're running. And if you don't find it, you can send me a screenshot of each of the pages and I'll show you where it is.
all right.
Is
I
that
think I will
fine?
do just that.
All right, no
All
worries.
right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else want to ask a question? Okay, I'll say everyone is good then, which means I've done a good job explaining everything to you guys. So for the task for this week, if you don't have a Google My Business profile yet, please set one up. I won't ask you to run a Google ad because it's pretty expensive, but you can set up a Google My Business profile. So have your business listed on Google, and then please upload a screenshot of your profile on the link that I'll share on the group chat. Next week will be our last session, so we'll probably just do um analytics and things like that. And then I personally would like to test your understanding. So we might do like a Kahoot game where we'll have a lot of questions and then you can win prizes based on how much you know about the session. But I feel like a lot of people really understand. the assignment quality has been better over time, and I've been getting less and less personal questions on WhatsApp, which means that people really understand what we're doing. So yeah, I'm going to leave one last opportunity. If you have any question, you can ask. If you don't, you can just come on you can ask on the group, or you can ask me personally on WhatsApp. And yeah, that's the end of our session today. I hope I broke down everything in an easily understandable way, and I hope everybody understands what I've shared today. Someone says I have one more question. Sulaiman, are you saying you have a question? You said yes. If you have a question, you can type it, or do you want the mic again, Clement? All right. Godwin, please can he have the mic, please?
All right.
Hi, Clement. Wait, okay.
Yes, so sorry for the questions, right? So concerning this Google My Business profile, yeah,
Yeah.
is it is it um is it related to setting up your company on Google, what's it called? I think Google Map, because when you showed us a screenshot of that Airtel shop, there is this Google Map something there, right? There
Yeah.
was this time that a friend was trying to do the same thing, and they were requesting for a video recording of the shop location. That's for local stores and all those things.
Yeah.
And Google was laying emphasis on you have to scan one of their barcodes so that they can track the IP address. So I don't know if it is the same with this one for we or for people
Yeah,
who
it's the
have
same.
physical location.
Yeah, it's the same. So that's why I remember emphasizing when I said filling your location, that you should fill it in the most transparent manner, like fill the
Hmm.
correct thing, so that Google doesn't pick up that you're trying to.
Yeah.
The word that comes to mind now is scam, but that's not the word I want to use. But so that they don't pick up anything shady in your application or in your.
Okay.
So it's nothing serious, just fill it, right? If you have a physical location, they'll probably tell you to record your street, so that they can see the location. It makes it easier for them to verify you that you're an original business, right? And then they put you on the Google Maps. So if you have a business now called I'll use Inspired Adara. So Inspired Adara has a business, let's say in Lekki phase 1. When he or she sets up the page on the Google My Business thing, and they put a location, whenever even if you are requesting an Uber and you put the name Inspired Adara, it will take you directly there, which is why Google verifies your location first. So they're certain where you are, right? Sometimes they might decide to send a code to your location. So in where I live, they might send a physical letter to you, and sometimes they don't send anything, they just approve it. But it really depends on, I don't know, maybe when you're doing the application, or just vibes sometimes. Because sometimes I've had experiences where they haven't sent any code to anybody, and other times they say just record, and other times, so the Google My Business profile is for you to be able to easily be found on Google. So whenever anybody Googles your company or your business, you can be found. And the verification process is just to be sure that you're a legit business, and also for them to be able to pinpoint your exact location when people, want to come to your physical store or things like that. And you can also choose the option, if you don't have a physical store, please still fill your location, even if it's your house address, fill it when you are setting up your Google My Business. And then there's an option to turn off showing your location to the public. So in that option, just please turn off the option to show your location to the public. Do you get, so that they don't show your house address to the public? But if it's a physical store, by all means, let people see your location online. All right, thank you guys you're welcome, Clement. Thank you guys for joining us today. I will see you for our last class next week. Abdulafiz, I'm wondering why, if you use VPN or something, because if you put Lagos and you put the actual address in Lagos, it shouldn't pick up Abuja, except if that same, you know how there are different streets in different parts of Nigeria. So maybe I'm hoping it's not that the same street name is in Abuja, but you can send me a screenshot on WhatsApp, and or you can send it to the group, or you can send it personally to me on WhatsApp, and then we can run through it together. I'm wondering, that's a strange, I haven't actually ever encountered that, but yeah, please share with me and then I'll run you through what you should do. Thank you guys. I think he's here to end this
Okay. All right.
session.
I'll
Yeah.
just close up class. All right. So thank you very
Right.
much, everyone. It's always a pleasure to learn with you every week. So again, if you're not on the WhatsApp group, the community managers will be posting the link to the group just so you can join us and get updates on all of our activities. So you don't miss out on when we're starting a new program. So at the end of the class next week, the following week, we'll be starting our digital marketing class, if I'm correct.